What's up, Wrestling Verse family? Seth freakin' Rollins just made his return to Monday Night Raw and unleashed absolute chaos on the Visionaries' enemies in one of the most explosive comebacks we've seen all year. This was revenge at its finest, and you need to hear every single detail. Let's go. Before we break down this incredible return, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell because Wrestling Verse CC brings you the most comprehensive wrestling coverage on YouTube. Drop a like if you're hyped about Seth's return, and comment below with your favorite moment from tonight's show. Now let's dive into this amazing story. Wrestling Verse family, Monday Night Raw just gave us one of those moments that reminds us why we love professional wrestling. Seth Rollins has been absent from our screens for weeks, and the questions have been building. When would he return? What condition would he be in? And most importantly, who would feel his wrath first? Well, we got our answers, and they did not disappoint. To understand the magnitude of this return, we need to rewind and talk about what led to Seth's absence in the first place. The architect, the visionary, the revolutionary, Seth Rollins has been carrying Monday Night Raw on his back for months. He's been in war after war, classic match after classic match, putting his body on the line night after night to deliver for the WWE Universe. But several weeks ago, Seth was blindsided by a vicious attack that left him injured and sidelined. His enemies saw an opportunity and they took it, launching a coordinated assault that was calculated, brutal, and designed to take the visionary out of action indefinitely. Multiple superstars were involved, jumping Seth when he was vulnerable, targeting his previously injured body parts, and leaving him laying in the middle of the ring. The attack was so severe that WWE medical staff had to immediately assess Seth. Reports came in about potential injuries that could keep him out for months. His rivals celebrated, thinking they'd finally eliminated the thorn in their side. Monday Night Raw moved forward without its top star, and you could feel the void his absence created. But here's the thing about Seth Rollins: he's a fighter. He's a survivor. And he never stays down for long. The speculation about his return started building over the past week. Cryptic social media posts, mysterious backstage sightings, rumors flying around wrestling news sites. The WWE Universe started to believe that Seth's return was imminent, but nobody knew exactly when or where it would happen. Monday Night Raw started like any normal episode. Matches were taking place, promos were being cut, and then, in a segment that was supposed to be a celebration for the superstars who attacked Seth weeks ago, everything changed. His enemies were in the ring, microphones in hand, gloating about how they'd run Seth Rollins out of WWE. They were mocking the visionary, questioning his toughness, and claiming that Monday Night Raw was better off without him. The crowd was not having it, booing relentlessly, but the heels kept talking, kept disrespecting Seth's name, kept pushing the envelope. And then it happened. The lights flickered, the music hit, and the arena exploded. Seth Rollins was back. But this wasn't the flashy, dancing Seth we sometimes see during his entrance. This was a man on a mission. He stormed down that ramp with intensity burning in his eyes, dressed in all black, looking like he meant business. The crowd was on their feet, the noise was deafening, and you could see the absolute panic on the faces of the superstars in the ring. Seth slid under the bottom rope and immediately started throwing hands. No theatrics. No posing. Just pure, unadulterated violence. He went after every single person who was involved in his attack, delivering superkicks, stomps, and signature moves with precision and fury. Security tried to intervene, but Seth was unstoppable. He fought through everyone, clearing the ring one by one until only the ringleader of the attack remained. And then, with the entire WWE Universe chanting his name, Seth delivered a devastating curb stomp that left his enemy motionless in the center of the ring. But Seth wasn't done. He grabbed a microphone, standing over his fallen rival, breathing heavy, and delivered a promo that sent chills down everyone's spine. "Did you really think you could get rid of me?" Seth asked, his voice dripping with intensity. "Did you honestly believe that attacking me would keep me down? I am the visionary. I am the revolutionary. And I am the backbone of Monday Night Raw." The crowd was hanging on every single word. "You wanted to end my career. You wanted to run me out of WWE. Well, congratulations, you just woke up the most dangerous version of Seth Rollins you've ever seen. And now, I'm going to make every single one of you pay for what you did to me." Seth dropped the microphone, his music hit again, and he stood tall in the ring while the crowd gave him a standing ovation. This wasn't just a return, this was a statement. Seth Rollins is back, he's angry, and he's coming for revenge. Let's break down what makes this return so significant for Monday Night Raw and WWE as a whole. First, Seth Rollins is one of the most consistent performers in the entire company. When he's on your roster, you know you're getting main event quality matches, compelling promos, and someone who can carry storylines from start to finish. His absence was felt immediately. Ratings discussions aside, the creative energy that Seth brings to Raw is undeniable. He elevates everyone he works with. He makes feuds feel important. And he has this rare ability to reinvent himself whenever necessary, keeping his character fresh and engaging. Second, this return sets up multiple feuds and storylines that can carry Raw through the next several months. Seth has targets now, specific people who wronged him, who need to answer for their actions. This creates a natural progression where Seth can work through his list of enemies one by one, delivering satisfying revenge moments while building to bigger confrontations down the line. Third, Seth's return immediately impacts the championship picture. Whether he's going after the World Heavyweight Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, or simply establishing himself as the top guy on Raw again, his presence changes the entire landscape of the brand. Other superstars now have to adjust their plans, their strategies, and their goals knowing that the visionary is back in the mix. The WWE Universe's reaction to Seth's return has been overwhelmingly positive. Social media exploded with clips, reactions, and excitement. Fans who've been waiting weeks to see Seth back in action finally got their wish, and the consensus is clear: this is exactly how you book a revenge return. Twitter was trending with Seth Rollins related hashtags within minutes of his appearance. Instagram was flooded with highlights and fan reactions. Wrestling forums were buzzing with discussions about what comes next. This is the kind of moment that reminds everyone why We's live event format is so special. You truly never know when something huge is going to happen. Longtime Seth Rollins fans are particularly excited because this return seems to signal a shift in his character. We might be getting a more aggressive, more focused version of the visionary. Someone who's less interested in entertaining and more interested in hurting people. That darker edge to Seth's character has historically produced some of his best work, and the potential for that to come back is thrilling. Let's talk about the specific rivals Seth is targeting and how these feuds might play out. Based on tonight's attack, we can identify several key players who are now squarely in Seth's crosshairs. The ringleader of the original attack is obviously Seth's primary target. This is the person who orchestrated the assault, who convinced others to join in, and who has been the most vocal about trying to end Seth's career. This feud will likely be the most personal, the most intense, and could main event multiple premium live events over the next few months. We're talking about a rivalry that could include everything from standard singles matches to more extreme stipulations. Hell in a Cell could be perfect for this feud if it extends long enough. Or maybe a career versus career match where the stakes are impossibly high. Whatever direction WWE takes, this is the rivalry that will define Seth's return and establish exactly how ruthless this new version of the visionary is willing to be. Then you have the accomplices, the superstars who participated in the attack but weren't necessarily the masterminds. Seth made it clear tonight that everyone who was involved will face consequences. This creates opportunities for Seth to work with multiple people, delivering different styles of matches and keeping his revenge tour fresh and unpredictable. Some of these rivals might try to apologize, claiming they were just following orders. Seth's response to those attempts at reconciliation will be crucial in establishing his character going forward. Is he willing to forgive, or is he on a path of complete destruction regardless of excuses or explanations? There's also the question of whether new rivals will emerge as a result of Seth's return. Maybe some superstars see this as an opportunity to prove themselves by taking down the returning visionary. Maybe others align with Seth's enemies specifically to get involved in this red-hot storyline. The possibilities are endless. From a booking perspective, WWE has several exciting options for how to develop Seth's revenge storyline. Let me outline a few scenarios that could play out over the coming weeks and months. Scenario 1. The methodical revenge tour. Seth systematically goes through his list of enemies one by one, picking them off in individual matches over several weeks. Each victory is brutal and definitive, showing that Seth is not playing games. This builds momentum as he works his way toward the ultimate showdown with the ringleader of the attack. Scenario 2. The Gauntlet Challenge. Seth calls out all of his enemies and offers to face them in a gauntlet match where he takes on multiple opponents consecutively in one night. This showcases Seth's resilience and toughness while giving him an opportunity to get revenge on everyone simultaneously. Even if he doesn't win the gauntlet, the statement would be powerful. Scenario 3. The numbers game backfires. Seth's enemies try to use their numerical advantage again, attacking him in groups. But this time, Seth has backup. Maybe former allies return to even the odds. Maybe new partnerships form. This creates opportunities for tag team matches and multi-person brawls that feel chaotic and unpredictable. Scenario 4. The championship complication. What if one of Seth's enemies currently holds a championship? This adds an extra layer to the revenge story because Seth isn't just seeking vengeance, he's also pursuing gold. The personal rivalry becomes intertwined with championship aspirations, raising the stakes and making every match feel even more important. Scenario 5. The mind games. Seth doesn't just want to hurt his enemies physically, he wants to break them mentally. He starts playing psychological games, attacking when they least expect it, costing them matches, and making their lives miserable outside of direct confrontations. This slow burn approach builds tension and anticipation for the eventual climactic battles. Let's also discuss how Seth's return affects other storylines on Monday Night Raw. His presence immediately shifts attention and creates ripple effects throughout the entire roster. Superstars who were receiving significant screen time might find themselves sharing the spotlight with Seth's revenge tour. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Being associated with a hot storyline can elevate everyone involved. But it does mean that creative priorities might shift to accommodate Seth's return. The World Heavyweight Championship picture gets more interesting with Seth back in the mix. Even if he's not immediately pursuing the title, everyone knows that Seth Rollins is always a threat to any champion. Current title contenders now have to consider the possibility that Seth could insert himself into their plans at any moment. Tag team divisions could be affected if Seth forms alliances to combat his enemy's numbers advantage. New partnerships could emerge. Existing teams might get drawn into the conflict. The entire structure of Monday Night Raw could evolve based on how this revenge storyline develops. Let's talk about what makes Seth Rollins so special as a performer and why his return is such a big deal. Seth has been a cornerstone of WWE for over a decade now, and his evolution as a character and wrestler has been remarkable to watch. He's one of the most versatile performers in the entire industry. Seth can work any style: technical wrestling, high-flying action, brawling, storytelling. He adapts to his opponents and always delivers match-of-the-night caliber performances. That versatility makes him valuable in any storyline with any opponent. His promo work has improved dramatically over the years. Early in his career, Seth relied more on his in-ring ability. But now, he's one of the best talkers on the roster. He can be funny, serious, intense, or charismatic depending on what the moment requires. That microphone skill is essential for carrying long-term feuds. Seth's willingness to reinvent himself is also crucial. He's been the Shield member, the Authority's Chosen One, the Architect, the Kingslayer, Monday Night Rollins, and the Visionary. Each iteration brings something different while maintaining the core of what makes Seth great. That ability to evolve keeps his character fresh even after all these years. And perhaps most importantly, Seth genuinely loves professional wrestling. You can see it in every performance. He respects the business, respects the fans, and always gives maximum effort whether he's main eventing WrestleMania or working a random Monday night match. That passion is contagious and makes everyone around him better. Wrestling vs. Family. Seth Rollins' return to Monday Night Raw and his explosive revenge attack represents everything we love about professional wrestling. It's emotional, it's intense, it's unpredictable, and it sets up months of compelling storylines that will keep us glued to our screens every single week. The Visionary is back, and Monday Night Raw just got a whole lot more interesting. Seth has targets, he has motivation, and he has the support of the entire WWE universe behind him. His enemies better be prepared because this revenge tour is going to be brutal. What do you think happens next? Which rival should Seth target first? What match stipulation would you want to see? And how far do you think Seth will go to get his revenge? Drop all your predictions and thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Seth's incredible return, hit that like button and share this video with your wrestling friends. Subscribe to Wrestling vs. CC for more in-depth analysis, breaking news, and everything happening in the wrestling world. Turn on notifications so you never miss when we drop new content. Thank you so much for watching, Wrestling vs. Family. Seth Rollins is back and better than ever, and we're going to be here covering every single moment of his revenge tour. Stay hyped, stay passionate, and get ready for some of the best wrestling television we've seen in years. Until next time, burn it down and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.